honestly a life changer.
Trickles down from and making yourself better.
What's up, guys? Welcome to today's episode of the Revival Show. My name is Drake Robert. I am the owner and CEO of Revival Marine Care, and I'm joined here today with my co-host, Noah Doss. What's up, dude?
Oh, nothing much, man. I would like to say real quick.
Are you going to dress the black eye?
Yeah, dude. The black eye and the voice. So coming off of some sickness, but wanted to be here for this episode today. So
Yeah.
I know my voice is a little annoying. I hope you guys can push past it.
Everyone left.
Not gonna lie. My 4-year-old was laying in bed and threw his head back and hit me in the face, and I immediately knew it started on the side. It started swelling like immediately. I had like a ball in my eye on my bone, and I woke up the next morning and I just looked in the mirror and I was like, "This is what it is."
Yeah.
That was like 5 days ago.
It's a hard look.
It's crazy. I know, I've always wanted to look like I'm straight out of prison.
I want to
so
encourage you. It's just getting worse. So
it is getting worse. It's getting darker and like more obvious. So, and I'm getting ready to possibly do a buzz cut. So I'm going to literally look like I just got released.
Yeah, we go hard.
It's going to be awesome.
Well, man, we got a special episode today. We've got a special guest that I'm going to introduce here in a second. But if you do not know who we are or what we're about, guys, this podcast is for boat detailing professionals, boat owners, anyone that's interested in maintaining and keeping their boats looking amazing or running a boat detailing business. If you don't know who I am, again, my name is Drake Robert. I'm the owner of Revival Marine Care. I started 14 years ago with a mobile detail service and grew that into millions of dollars in sales and one of the fastest growing product lines in the nation, possibly the world at this point. So we know a few things, and we're going to talk about them today from a business perspective when it comes to social media and running a business, a boat detailing business. But you can, doesn't matter what business you run, you can get all kinds of value out of today. So our special guest today here is Dre with Apex Marine out of Pensacola, Florida. So we're actually in the same area.
What's going on?
Guys, if you listened to last week's episode, you heard us talk a lot about social media and different companies that are doing things right and doing things wrong. And I wanted to have Dre come on and, just talk about, I actually don't know how long they've been fully in business. I know it's not very long, but these guys are absolutely killing it on social media.
Yeah.
We had our, what did we call that thing?
Revival Games.
Yeah, the Revival Games. Sorry,
Yeah.
It was my idea.
Yeah, it's literally the name of our company.
We had our Revival Games, and it went so well for lots of detailers, and we had a bunch of you guys jump in for the competition, but these guys actually won the first place, and they got not only first place, but they got multiple videos that won first place.
If we were actually going off of like per video and not just like, you get first place for performance, they would have won first through fourth place.
Yeah.
I think.
We can't give all the
we
money
can't give you all the money. As much as I'm sure Dre wouldn't have complained about that.
Yeah.
I thought those were the rules.
Yeah.
We actually didn't make it too clear, but anyway, dude, say hi, introduce yourself, and man.
Hey, man, Dre from Apex Marine.
That's it. End of podcast.
End of podcast. Welcome. Yeah,
dude. So I'm interested because I don't really know too much about the story or how long you guys have been in business, and share, if you don't mind, share them with me and Noah. Just like, why did y'all get into boat detailing out of anything out there?
Man, I don't know. We tried. Honestly, I think it kind of, at the moment, boiled down to desperation.
Amen.
Okay.
Me too.
Everyone right now is like, yep.
I think a lot of people are feeling that nowadays.
Yeah.
Especially post-COVID. It's like, what's next? What do I do? Hard to find a job. Hard to find a good job. More importantly.
Yeah.
So,
What were you doing? What were you doing before?
working at Lockheed.
Okay.
So
That wasn't a good job.
no.
Oh, okay.
Probably don't want to go into it.
We won't go into that. For any definition.
We can.
No,
But it was.
Were you just doing like kind of just dead end work there? You felt like and
building
that's why
satellites?
Yeah.
Which sounds cool.
Yeah.
But
But
when
not.
when you're struggling to pay bills and then
Yeah.
they lay everybody off. You get a little salty.
Yeah, I can
Yeah.
imagine.
And you're like,
Yeah.
dang, I could do this so much better if I, And here we are, many lessons.
Sorry, I'm a business owner. I'm getting a call. Step number 1 is silence your cell phone.
Yeah, always silence yourself off.
Sorry, guys. But yeah, so that sounds a lot cooler than me. I was building window shades when I started.
He was building freaking satellites for NASA, dude.
Pretty similar, to building window shades.
Yeah.
Well, cool, man. So how did you get into boat detailing? Did y'all go online, like research, or were y'all into boats? Like what was the reason why boat detailing?
We're from here, and we're like, okay, we need to make money.
Yeah.
There's boats. And I'm sure if you guys go on YouTube and you search how to clean a boat, you'll find a guy on there.
Yeah. A
There's
strikingly
somebody-
handsome guy,
There's somebody
too.
that pops up on YouTube when you search that.
Must say so myself.
So, I mean, that's you can learn anything on YouTube.
Yeah.
To some degree.
So were my videos did they really help you and get started, or because I know you guys were using Shine Supply products when we first came across you guys, and they were amazing, and I was using those at the time before we launched ours.
Using your link.
Yeah, sweet.
We were saving you a lot of money.
Thank you. You paid for these lights.
That's right. Yeah. He was supporting us before he supported us. That's crazy.
Well, I think the first time I ever noticed you guys, I think it popped up as like a Facebook ad, and I saw that y'all were using Shine Supply, and Shine Supply is incredible, and I mean all their products are great, but they're more known for their car line. So anytime I saw a boat guy using Shine Supply, I assumed they saw my content because it really wasn't like their main focus. And I've had plenty of conversations with Jeremy over at Shine Supply, and I was a big part in getting their marine line kind of out there. And it was awesome, man.
Yeah, no, it was great.
Yeah,
Shine
well,
Supply
cool.
was great. But
So did you go from literally zero detailing knowledge to like did you practice first? Did you find a boat, or did you just hey, let's just put it out there?
A boat, so we spent probably 10 minutes, sanding and buffing.
Okay.
We can do this.
Yeah.
So what kind of boat does your dad have?
He's got a Sea Hunt.
Okay.
Which is a really nice boat.
Yeah.
The
That's debatable. No, I'm just kidding.
downside is they hold up really well.
Yeah.
In the sun.
Yeah.
Compared to other boats that we work on.
Sure.
So
yeah.
it's
I mean, compared to like a Bayliner or something, they're amazing. So y'all just go out there and start just watching some YouTube videos and kind of winging it and just kind of seeing what happens.
I think that's literally the only way.
Yeah.
There's no other way.
Yeah.
You gotta do it.
Well, I appreciate that because, we've talked about in other episodes of people that need all the answers, and they're constantly hey, what do I do? What pads do I use? What do I do? What speeds? What blah, blah, blah. And, I was getting kind of frustrated and passionate on camera going, dude, you just got to go out there and make mistakes, make things happen. So, and that's like a testament to a company that went out there, made the thing go, they did it. I'm sure it wasn't perfect. And I'm sure probably to this day, your stuff isn't absolutely perfect, but you're learning, you're growing and making money and a ton of content in the process. So
What's the dynamic of your business right now as far as kind of who's doing what, I guess, and how many guys do you have out right now?
So we got 4 of us right now.
Okay.
Me and my brother are the owners.
Okay, gotcha.
So he does content.
Right.
So all the videos you see, all the filming, all that stuff, it's all Oliver. We'll get him up on the podcast.
He'll come in.
He's too busy today making another banger.
He's making ads right now.
Okay.
But he does all that. And he works on boats.
Okay.
We've got 2 workhorses that work for us full time.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So it's 4 of you guys total.
Yep.
And how long have y'all been in business officially?
Ooh, it's tough. I don't really count that first year.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
2025 was tough.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I kind of,
But
that's kind of where I wanted to go though, is
I'd say
Yeah.
we can do.
yeah,
we can dig
let's
into
go
it.
to 2025. And I think it's encouraging for
Yeah.
people to hear, because where you're at now is so far from where you started.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people get discouraged in that first year and don't make it out. And so it's what did that first year look like for you? What were some of your biggest complications? And, how do you feel like you kind of were able to manage and work through that?
Yeah, I think kind of going month to month is because ups and downs, right? So January, it's okay, we need money. We need a pressure washer. We need buffers. Don't think we had money for DAs.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So we just bought what I could. I took my retirement fund, cashed it out, and we just spent everything on tools and
Yeah.
didn't really have clients either.
Gotcha.
Didn't have clients at the time.
How do you feel like the social media stuff has helped grow the business, promote the business? And, you know, if someone's sitting there, you know, thinking like, you know, I don't have any money, I need to learn how to detail boats. Would you say jumping on the social media was a good thing that actually brought more money and more boats to you guys?
It takes time.
Sure.
It takes time. You're not going to hop on social media and just start getting clients.
Yeah, 100%.
Not going to happen. So
How long did y'all post before you felt like there was traction?
I think we've been posting something probably the entire time, but it starts out with like photos and like just filming what we're doing, which isn't, you know, we're getting 2 views. You know,
Yeah.
My mom and
My mom.
sister.
You're doing a great job. Yeah.
We literally
yeah.
talked about that last episode. You know, it's cool. It's like everything you're saying is literally what we talked about when I started as well. You know, it's like you start and you will suck at first. Like you're going to suck, but the only way to get good or decent is by working your way through the suck and like doing it. And like, you know, like Dre just said, like you're not, and this is a really good point. I'm glad you said that because even in our last episode, when we talked about social media, it's like, you know, you got to post, and that's how you grow your business. Well, it does take time. Like you will be posting roughly for a year before you even get remotely any traction. Now, I got a little lucky, I guess, in that sense of like when I started my YouTube channel, I think it was my 5th video, like really took off for us. But what a lot of people don't know is that I was actually making and posting before and after videos, review videos of my clients for like 3 years before I even started my YouTube channel. So I was already making videos, practicing, you know, getting an idea for camera angles and edits and all that stuff for like 3 full years before I ever made like a social media channel or a post. So that's a good point.
I'd say what we would Apex Marine. We weren't even Apex Marine when we started. It was Draymond's details, but
Dr. Dre details.
Dr. J.
but yeah, it was. I'd say like 3 months, maybe 4 months. Is where we're at now, where it actually we have traction. We're like, oh, let's actually spend more time doing this stuff.
Sweet, man. And then share, because I'm sure a lot of people don't even know, you know, they may not know who you guys are. What kind of numbers are y'all seeing lately?
You want how much money we're making?
No. No. Yeah, we won't share that. No. I'm saying like views and stuff.
I gotta run another monthly report. Last month, it's been slower this last month. We've been working some big jobs and the heat. So we got to work these jobs and film
Yeah.
on the job.
It's a challenge.
It sucks when the heat is as hot as it is.
Yeah.
You know, and we got to make money.
Yeah, it's like the last thing you want to do is sit there and film a bunch of stuff when you're dying in the heat.
Sometimes you can't.
Yeah.
You know, it's but a month ago we were at, I think, like 15 million views across like the last 2 months.
Wow.
So call it like 5 million views a month.
Yeah.
Across Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. We got no traction yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And y'all are predominantly on Instagram and TikTok, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
You got something there?
Facebook's doing good too.
Yeah, cool.
Facebook Shorts.
What do you think's the best platform that y'all have seen that directly correlates to details? Or is there one?
I'd say like TikTok is great. I think if you're just gonna try anything, just go TikTok.
Sure.
Don't focus too much on the others.
Yeah.
And once you see TikTok working, then you know you're just posting the same content everywhere else.
Yeah, the cool thing about TikTok is that with their algorithms, they actually will push locals to see your stuff. So like if you tag Pensacola, it'll actually show up. And, you know, on Instagram, it's not so much like that. You can now tag Pensacola, but we have, you know, we get clients all the time that call us from our social media, but it's largely due to my YouTube channel. But I've actually had probably more people call me for a detail because they saw our TikTok versus our Instagram, which I thought that was very interesting because TikTok's not my favorite. It's not even my main channel, but I know a lot of the, you know, that is a real thing.
TikTok's been the best to us.
I'll say
It's
so.
cool. So weird.
Yeah, realistically, then obviously you guys are posting videos. I mean, you know, hundreds of thousands of views, millions of views on your videos. People, it's actually pretty cool. I see people all the time make videos like you, and then they'll tag you.
Yeah.
And they'll be like Apex Marine, or they'll like wash something really
Apex
fast.
style.
And then they'll say, I enjoy seeing those. But how do you feel like the growth in the social media game has directly benefited leads for your company? Or do you feel like it's not as tied as you would think?
I'd say no, it is. Everything is tied. Even like I have, like this is my view, right? I don't see all the other things that are becoming from the content we're making. I have no clue. I don't know who's, I don't even know who's seeing the videos. It could all be, people in China or,
Yeah.
Some of the videos are like that.
Yeah.
Where
It's all other countries in the
other
in the
countries,
comments. Yeah.
Like Middle East comments. Which is cool. But so we do get a few leads. We've booked jobs off of TikTok, which is crazy, right? Like free advertising. People are finding us from TikTok, and we're going out and working on their boats. But also they might see our ad and then they go look us up on TikTok.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like a proof of, so we're like, it kind of works both ways. If people they can't see the work we've done, they're going to be much less inclined to. You can only sell so hard over the phone, or explain the process so hard over the phone.
No, it's a great point, because, your social media is proof that you can do what you say you're going to do, and in today's day and age, I feel like at least if I'm going to hire someone to do a job that has of some significant value, I'm going to look them up online, like 100%. Like, and that's why, like, if you don't have a website, if you don't have an online presence, a social media or something, I feel like you're going to lose out on a lot of opportunity because if everyone else in your industry, no matter if it's detailing or lawn care, whatever it is, if there's 10 companies and 9 to 8 of them have a strong social media and you have none, it's going to be really hard to probably convince that person that you're just as good, just as professional and high quality as the rest. And that was a lot of when I first started videos, not really on YouTube or like social media, but that was the reason why I made my before and after. So like I have I think it's on my old personal channel that you can still find, but I would just do straight up before shots and then after shots. It was literally just before and afters. And then I transitioned into before and afters. And then I would actually record the owner saying how good of a job we did on camera. And dude, that was a massive game changer for my business on my website years ago. And I had so many people come to my website and they would say, "Oh, I watched your video reviews and that's why we called you, because the work you did was awesome." And then you got a verbal testimony from the client. And then that's when I started going, "Oh wait, there's actually more to this. Why don't I show the before and then the whole process of me buffing, cleaning, so people can actually see what I do, and then the after." Started doing that, got some traction, and then I was like, all right, let me start teaching this stuff on YouTube, so there was an evolution to it. And but yeah, Dre makes an awesome point. It's like if someone calls you from an ad, which I heard you say, and I'd love to jump into that too, but when someone sees your business, they go on social media and then they can basically validate your company. So I know you do ads because I see them actually pop up on my Facebook. Like, what do you, how big, and I want to say good job, honestly, on doing that, because there are so many freaking detailers and people that I talk to that are years into business that don't want to take the time to invest in Facebook ads because of whatever reason. Like,
Drives me nuts.
It's crazy,
Drives
dude.
me
Like
nuts.
The amount of people, and I'm like, hey, you're hurting for work. Run Facebook ads. If you can't pay someone to do it, then you have time to figure it out. And you guys do it yourself, right? Or do you have a marketing company?
No, I do it.
Yeah, Dre is the marketing company.
I'm the marketing
My brother makes the ads. I make them too, but
you make the videos, you post them, and get them on
I
Meta
try to make
ads.
the videos. They suck. He yells at me. He makes the videos.
Yeah.
Like your honesty.
So how big, and you don't have to give crazy details, but like, what kind of money are y'all spending per month on ads? And like, how much does that really directly correlate to like money in your pockets?
Exact numbers. I'd say we started out like the first $600 we made. We put it into ads.
Yeah.
We detailed a boat, made $500. went straight into advertising.
And dude, that was awesome.
Scary.
Yeah.
Not awesome at the moment.
No, yeah.
You know? We're like, we didn't know, you know, I don't even know where we got the idea from. I think my brother may have seen like I don't even think you were running ads at the time.
Yeah.
But we spent all of our money on Facebook ads and we booked a job off of it. So we spent like $100, made $600.
There you go.
And then spent $100, made $600.
Yeah.
You're like, wait a minute.
That's a good investment. Yeah.
You spend the money.
Yeah.
You make
the money.
more money.
Yeah.
So that's
well, and you know how much. I mean that is a huge risk. You said earlier you needed money. You made $600, and then you literally could have easily took that 600, put it in your pocket, and went buy some stuff or paid rent or something. But instead, you invested it back. That's actually not very normal. Do you know that? Like a lot of people don't do that, even though you should, and that's a smart decision. A lot of people don't actually do that.
No, but it's not optional. If you're running a business, it's not optional. It's not negotiable.
Yeah.
If your competitors are doing it and you're not doing it,
you're
going to lose.
It's good.
It's, you know.
Yeah, I think the first time when I came on in February, I remember I messaged you because I was reaching out to like pros for the product side, and I had seen your ad on Facebook. And I was like,
I wrote,
and I was like, hey Dre, like I don't know what products you're using, and you're like, oh no, me and Drake are already tight, and I was like, that's so cool. But I saw the first time I had seen Apex and saw your face was from Facebook ads, so I was like, hey, I think I even said like, dude, hey, great job, because it hits my Facebook every other day. So
it shouldn't be hitting our leads.
Yeah. How do you know I don't have a boat?
Say again?
How do you know I don't have a boat? I'm just kidding.
Well, Facebook knows you look at boats, and that's why.
That's
it shows
right.
It to you.
I mean, I see your guys. It's
Facebook's
the
like,
algorithms.
this guy looks at
Well,
boats.
Meta just changed all their stuff, and I don't know. I'm not going to pretend to know I'm an expert, but I know they just changed their thing to where they want more videos so they can A/B split test, and they actually find people that click on it, or obviously if you've looked up boats or boat cleaning, that tells the internet, that tells the metaverse that you're interested. And then once someone clicks on your ad, then it'll actually analyze your profile, and then it'll show your ad to more people that are similar to you in your profile. So that's how it kind of figures out its own targeting, unless you're specifically targeting certain people, certain demographics, certain income levels, that kind of thing.
Yeah, they did make changes, but I've kind of, because man, I don't know how deep we want to get into meta ads.
I mean, let's go for it, dude.
It's we had a solid dry spell for like 2 weeks. This was like a month ago, and I couldn't figure out what the hell was going on. We weren't getting leads. And it's because we were running an engagement campaign, not a leads campaign.
Sure.
Which it's like something they changed. I've already been chewed out for it. We lost a lot of money because we were basically just getting views. So the algorithm is really good the meta algorithm is really good at just dialing in and showing your content to people for whatever your goals are. Engagement, it's just clicks and comments. You're not going to get leads. If you select leads, it's going to show your content to people who need their boat cleaned.
Yeah, well, engagement, I feel like it's going to show it to probably
your past
a
clients.
lot more people, a lot more clients, just people that will like see your stuff versus people that are actually have the intent to buy. So
it's really good at that. But I've also taken away there's too much AI involvement with Meta.
Yeah.
And Facebook loves to test stuff.
Oh yeah. They love your money.
Business. They will take your money and they'll just experiment with it.
Well, one thing that we've noticed, I actually wrote my marketing guy today, was I have gotten more really old, terrible boats, like stuff I've never even gotten calls on before in my life, more in the last month than I ever have in my career.
Same
and
here.
What's crazy is like, I don't know why. And the only thing I can think of is like, if you have an ad that you run out, and I could be way wrong, but this is my personal theory, so it's probably right, but I'm just kidding. But like, we run an ad, and then somebody with that type of boat clicks on it, and then they fill out our form. Well, then Facebook goes, oh, people like this must like this ad, so let's show it to more people like this. And because as far as I'm aware, that was a big change, is that it's doing its own kind of AI targeting on the profiles. So if one person with a 1995 Bayliner calls you and clicks your ad, it's going to start showing it to more people that have that same type of demographic and into those same things. And that's probably why we have been getting a ton of older
if you're
boats.
running a restoration ad, which I think you are, so are we.
Yeah.
Because we're trying to show off, look at all this stuff we can do.
Yeah.
I don't think the people you're gonna get leads, and Meta's gonna say, "Good job, I'm doing good, I'm doing good," and it's gonna keep giving you those heavy, horrible, tough, jobs
really rough
that are
boats.
hard to sell, and
Yeah.
which can be good, for content, but when it's 110 degrees out, we can't be out there for 6 days.
No, yeah. Well, and that's the thing too. Like when we've tested our ads, we have noticed that if we show a very older boat, very oxidized, and we can make that thing look brand new and incredible, we typically get a ton of older boats and stuff. But the problem we run into is people don't understand how much the service costs. Like it costs a lot of money, mainly because it is a ton of work to make a very oxidized, neglected boat look brand new again. So yes, you can get a ton of leads and it looks good from like Facebook's perspective, but if you're not closing anything, then it's like, what's the freaking point?
And Facebook's just patting themselves on the back the whole time.
Look how good we did.
So what my brother's doing right now is hopefully making like a detail-oriented ad, and then we're gonna pull it away. We don't want to copy paste your old Meta ads because it'll use that same information, right? It'll keep showing it to the people that we don't want right now. And hopefully we'll get dialed into more of a detail, the detail market, people that want their boats cleaned, and they have newer boats and they just want that maintenance.
So I would say, so for both of you, not for a clip or anything here, but what I'm hearing is that if you are either starting a detail business or you're even newer or you're having trouble in general finding leads in your area, you would 100% invest what you can into Facebook ads.
Yeah, not optional.
Not optional.
Yeah, I say yes with the caveat of you have to have decent videos to go behind them.
Right.
Because Facebook ads are amazing and they're great, but you have to have good videos behind them, because anytime we run like an image ad or a static ad or a graphic ad, I don't know that we ever get much leads off of them. But when we do videos showing the process, or honestly, the best videos we've ever done that have had the best ads is giving some type of educational tip behind it. So not just going like, hey guys, we're the best detail company in town, call us today. It's more or less like, hey, a lot of people don't know that you need to re-wax your boat every 3 months because your boat will oxidize if the wax is gone. And, if you want to maintain the boat to the best of its ability, make sure you keep it waxed every 3 months. If you want your boat waxed today, give us a call. Yeah. And those types of ads have done really well because now we're educating clients, and then they're like, oh, wait, I wax my boat once a year. Maybe I should call this guy and see how much it is to wax a boat. That sounds good.
Yeah. What are you guys seeing, Dre?
I'll kind of disagree. That's right, but when we first started out, it was garbage.
Yeah.
We were making money.
Your videos, yeah.
We weren't making, $20,000 a month.
Yeah.
Sure.
But we were making like 10x our investment.
Yeah.
Like at least.
Yeah.
Right, you spend $600 in a month, and we were making $6,000.
Yeah, so just get something out there.
Get
right?
something out there, and then make it better. But don't spend a month spend 2 hours learning CapCut, and then spend 2 hours making a video.
Yeah,
and
it's good.
Yeah, because I think the first video I saw from you guys, you were
garbage.
You were at a marina, and I think you had your phone. And you're like, hey, it's Dre with Apex, and then at the end, your number popped up. I think that was
super.
I think that was what I saw.
Did really great. And that's like I almost pulled that ad down so many times because I'd go days with nothing.
Yeah.
And I'm watching the ad and I'm like, this is garbage.
Yeah.
Like what are we doing?
Yeah.
And then we book like a $2,000 job
Nice.
off the ad.
Yeah.
And it was if we had nothing up, guess what we would have made?
Yeah. I love that. I kind of just wanted to wrap that up for people watching.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, you don't have leads and you're struggling to get leads and you're like, what do I do next? You have $100 in your pocket. You have $600 in your pocket. Invest it into Meta ads. Do what you can do with the equipment that you have. You don't have to go invest in the biggest, greatest thing.
Video ads.
Video ads.
Video ads.
Yeah. And put something up. How hard is it to figure out ads though if you're trying to do it yourself? For somebody who's not done it before.
I've spent so many hours. It's not, Meta does not make it. But you have AI. If you have AI, get a Claude or a ChatGPT membership and you can screenshot and it'll walk you through.
Okay,
So
dang.
honestly, it's easy.
Yeah, I figured. I mean, it's, you know, and I've done that too with like setting up our Google ads for our business. You know, you literally just go, hey, ChatGPT, give me a step-by-step process. I want to, you know, start my first campaign. What do I got to do? I don't even have a profile. Step by step. Show me how to do it. Run a successful campaign. I'm sure it'll give you step by step.
Yeah, I do because they made all those changes, you know, recently.
Sure.
And I'm like, none of this is the same. I've spent dozens of hours making ads, and now I have to spend, you know, another 10 hours just to learn everything.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So,
That's
or
good.
message Apex Marine.
Yeah.
I'll get
Yeah,
those
these guys are,
messages.
they're really good about helping people too if they reach out and stuff. And then obviously for us too, I mean, just shoot us an email, hit us up on Instagram, that kind of
hit
stuff.
somebody up who knows what they're doing and has been doing it. And,
Or hit ChatGPT up.
It's not,
There's that too.
It's not easy, but it's mandatory if you're going to be running a business.
Yeah.
So spend 10 hours, you know, and it probably be quicker than that.
Yeah, and I know a lot of people. I can hear the voices right now of going like, I don't need ads. Like word of mouth is the best, you know, form of advertising. And the truth is, word of mouth is the best form of advertising. But if you're running and I've told this to plenty of people, if you have great word of mouth and you're getting a ton of business from that, imagine how much more business you can get from running ads. Then when you run ads, you get new leads, you do a good job, and now those people become word of mouth. So you could double your word of mouth advertising if you run ads.
Yeah.
I'm a big believer in the ads, dude. Because like, you know, some people may not know my story, but I moved away for 2 years, sold my company, and I moved back. And when I got here, hit the ground running, I think it was about 2 months in when I was like, okay, I've got to start running some ads because I no longer had word of mouth here. And quite frankly, all my past customers I couldn't even contact because I had like an NDA, you know, with the company I sold. So I literally had to start from scratch. And I started, you know, and if you don't have money for ads and you're just starting out, I booked my first boat here in Pensacola when I moved back out of the fishing Facebook group, Pensacola Fishing Fanatics. I posted a photo of some of my old work, and you know, quite frankly, dude, like go download a boat, you know, off the internet. Like get creative. You got to make some money. Post it and say, hey, I'm open for details. You know, I'll give $300 off, $400 off. Like, do what you got to do to get a job, and post in those fishing groups, man. Like, those are incredible sources because there's 20,000 people in there, and they're usually in there because they got a boat or like fishing. So,
that's good.
Yeah, man, I booked Randy. You know, that was my first client that I ever booked when I moved back here, and I got it 4 days after I moved back, and I was like, I'm gonna hit the ground running.
Yeah.
And I still manage that guy's boat to this day. I go out there every 3 months. So. And he's been a great client.
I think
all free.
Yeah, I think that's super helpful. I think everything you guys have been sharing and talking about with that is super important. I think will help a lot of people to just do it, just make it happen.
Yeah.
Use what you can. I think there's a misconception with a lot of people that like you have to have a lot of like capital to start investing in ads. I think that's probably what I hear the most. Is like well, I don't have X amount of dollars to pour into ads right now. And it's like, I get a lot of people in this industry trying to start out or living paycheck to paycheck or less than.
Yeah.
But if you ever want to get out of that, then you might have to go without something else to invest into where you're trying to go.
Yeah, you got to.
It sounds like that's what you guys got to
Door
take risk.
knocking.
Yeah.
It sucks, but make some money.
Yeah.
And put that money in
Yeah.
ads.
Have y'all done that in like Gulf Breeze and like around the canals and stuff?
Door knocking?
Yeah.
Yeah. It was... Dude, I hated it. That's why I know how to do ads. Because I'm like, I can't. My brother would kick me out of the apartment and lock the door and say, you can't come back until you booked a job.
That's a good business partner, honestly.
Yeah.
You know,
What the heck was he doing? Just sitting inside?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he works now.
You're 51 to 49% owner, right?
He's earned his keep.
That's cool.
You can see the social media.
That's awesome.
That's what he was
So
doing.
2025, you're like, you said, I don't even really count that because of just what it was. So what does Apex look like now? How is everything now that you've gotten through not that you're through the tough times, but that you've gotten through the startup hardest part of it?
Yeah.
And like, what does that look like now? What are you utilizing to continue to grow your leads and your clientele? And do you have any like useful tips? I know you'd mentioned some things to
a
me.
little bit of everything.
Yeah.
Right. So at first you can't do everything, but you need to get to the point to where we're still working on this. I haven't posted on Google or our business Facebook in probably a week, probably 2 weeks. My brother's going to kill me. But we got leads coming in. But we have word of mouth. We have meta ads. We have TikTok and into the content channels, right, are generating leads, which is not intentional. It's just extra. Maybe a little bit from marinas. I can't remember the last time we actually got a marina job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We
Well,
won't
all of
talk about
ours
that.
nowadays are kicking us out.
Oh, yeah, we
so
got a
it's
couple
crazy.
of yours, but
Yeah.
We had a couple of years. Yeah.
I think we might be, on a clock. I don't
On the
know
way
how-
out.
yeah. It's tough working with them, but just a little bit of everything and more. I think probably the most important thing is following up,
Yeah.
Yeah.
which is something I'm almost done tweaking. But you need to have a system to follow up with people.
What do you mean when leads first come in or after the first conversation?
You
Like,
gotta-
what does that look like?
You gotta. So somebody calls me, I get their information. They might not want their boat done for 6 months. They might tell you they don't want their boat done, or most of them are going to ghost you, right? And you need to have some kind of system in place to check in with people. Just you give somebody a quote and you don't hear from them, and you never reach out, like you're that's wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to figure out a way to reach out to them
Yeah.
somehow, right?
Yeah.
And to everybody.
Do you have a CRM system that you're using to manage all that, or what are you doing?
Yeah, I'm building it.
Okay.
It's built. I'm just doing AI.
Yeah.
You got to use AI.
Yeah, because you were telling me a few weeks ago that you were starting to really tap in to some of the Claude stuff and what's available at your fingertips, and you said it was changing the way that you were able to do business.
I've probably spent too much time building this system, but there's not going to be a monthly fee, and it's honestly, it's really dialed in for what I need to do.
Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah, Claude is crazy, man. I built a quoting calculator on Claude for our customers in Caroline over there.
yeah.
And now anyone calls in, we got, their boat, the size, the oxidation level, and it literally spits out the exact price according to our different packages.
Yep,
And,
that's exactly.
it definitely took me, like you said, a lot of time, but we use it every day and it works great.
One, there's probably a lot of people who are like, I don't even really know how to quote.
Yeah.
I don't do contracts, or I don't do them well because it just takes too much time. And we even found ourselves in that boat for a while.
Yeah.
I mean, just even coming into this year, bro, we
No
were like,
boat unintended, or no pun intended.
yeah. we were in that place where, not that boat, that place, where Drake's like, bro, I got to write up these contracts. And we were like, this is taking hours and hours and it's miserable. And then all of a sudden we start utilizing things that are at our fingertips with AI. And it's like,
And if you
quotes out.
understand, coming in blind, AI is not going to really help you. But if you of know what you already know what your prices are, right?
Yeah.
So I have,
That's the thing. In order to build it, you have to actually know what you're talking about. Because I've noticed that if you ask AI some random questions, it'll spit God knows what. It might send you the baby oil video and be like, "That's how you buff a boat." So
it's not pulling numbers from it's on my computer and it's pulling information from files.
Yeah, and guys, if y'all are listening to this and you are a boat detailer and you want to learn more about pricing, join our Revival Pro community. And I'm not just trying to say that, but I literally have a step-by-step guide on how to charge, what to charge, wash and waxes, buffing, sanding, everything you guys need. And it's very, 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 very affordable. And if you need it and you absolutely can't afford it, email us in. I'll give it to you. We're just here to help you guys. So, and not everyone charges the same and whatnot. But it does help. If you don't know where to start, start with the Revival Pro community for sure.
And that was a pricing issue that we ran into.
Yeah, we had a private conversation about that, just the pricing and needing to charge a little more, for your work.
Yeah, I think I was charged. Yeah, accumulation of issues, but that's one thing you need to figure out.
Yeah, well, and that's the growing pains of first year in business. You don't have the right to charge as much as I do, or not you, but anyone that's just starting out. And I feel like that's kind of it's a good thing and a bad thing. Like you see the industry standard or the norm and you're like, I need to charge those. But the thing is though, it's not fair for you to charge the same price as the guy that's been doing it for 13 years on day one, you know, but it's also equally not fair to go and undercut people by thousands of dollars just to get a job. But you know, day one, you got to do what you got to do.
Yeah.
Especially if you can't eat.
Undercut. You know, if you don't know what you're doing, you might have to do it for free.
Well, it's not even undercutting. You're charging for your value. You know, it's like if you genuinely don't know what you're doing, you can't even do a regular detail. You know, you might have to charge the $300 for a clean or whatever else. You know, because that's what you bring to the table.
Is it Alex Ramosi who talks about working for free?
Yeah,
like
probably.
like working for free up front. I think there's a guy on Instagram who like moved down to the Florida Keys, I believe, and he's doing
Bob for boats.
Yeah, and he's doing like 100 boats. And he started not 100 boats for free, but he did his first like 10 or something like that completely free.
Do a couple, not too many.
Yeah.
Once you've done, do like one of each service for free.
Yeah.
Because you gotta know how to sell.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, there's a difference between running or doing a business like, you know, anything like detailing, pressure washing, whatever else. It's one thing to do that, and it's a whole nother thing to run a business doing that. So that's where a lot of detailers, you know, including myself, got it wrong for so many years. It's like we get really good at detailing and we think we know how to run a detailing business, but really we know how to run a job, and that's like booking a boat, doing a boat, getting paid. But if you really want to actually have a little more freedom in your life, you want to grow something, then you need to learn how to do the big business stuff like margins, profit margins, you know, expenses, advertising. There's so much more that's to that. Where do you find yourself growing in those areas? Not so much like detailing, which if I understand correctly, you don't do a lot of the detailing, right? You're more of just the business side.
We need money. So I'm doing more on the weekends. You know, I got to work every day.
Yeah,
you know,
that's good.
If I'm doing 3 or 4 days on boats, that's an extra $2,000.
Yeah, dude, that's awesome, man. And dude, like, I'm 13 years in, or 13 or 14 years in at this point. Like, I ran a buffer every day for 10 years, you know? Yeah. I mean, literally every day, Monday through Saturday. It was not, I think it was 2 years ago is when I decided I'm going to take Saturdays off at least. So, I mean, there's grind to it, guys. Like, I feel like detailing, really auto detailing, but now boat detailing is becoming a thing. But like, you know, back in the day, lawn care was like the cool thing for the 18-year-olds to get out of high school and jump in, was lawn care. Like, everybody did lawn care. When I was a kid, it was like, that's like, you know, lawn care. And now it's detailing, car detailing, boat detailing, because people, you know, they see channels like this or in other car detailing is going, dude, you can make $1,000 in a day, every day, you know, and make $1 million a year detailing boats. They don't realize like how hard it is to actually hit those numbers, dude. Like, it is very difficult, especially boat detailing. Car detailing is actually one thing where, honestly, car detailers hate me for this. It's actually pretty easy. I mean, car detailing is not very hard. Boat detailing is actually pretty gangster work, dude. Like, hot in the sun, you got compound all over you. You're dealing with rat poop sometimes and mold infestations. Ask me how I know. And like, it is gnarly work, you know. Don't get me wrong, minivans get pretty dirty too, though.
Yeah, if I brought my wife's minivan in,
almost threw
a car
up.
detailer might
Bro,
argue
one time,
on that.
I remember, I think it might have been the last minivan I ever detailed, and this was years ago. It literally had maggots in it and flies, and it was about 119 degrees out in Destin. Dude, I was sweating, and there was flies and gnats. And it was a family minivan. I'm like, ugh. Like, I think I found an entire Big Mac cheeseburger, or not a double. What do you call it? McDouble. It was in the back, in the wrapper. Still looked like the day it was bought.
What a waste, bro.
Dude, I know. I almost took a bite.
What a waste.
Should have took a bite. Well, cool. What time are we at? Hey, Caroline, what time? 52 minutes. Okay, cool. Cool. Yeah, we're doing good, man. So, what I'd like to ask is like, if there's people that are just starting out, like, what is your biggest advice to someone just starting out, need to make money? Kind of, I'm honestly, like, almost talk to yourself.
We're paying for ads before I'm going to the grocery store.
Sure.
So if you got money saved up for food and rent, you're not having to do that.
Yeah.
But like as far as what to focus on, you got to bring clients in.
Yeah.
If you can't bring clients in, you don't have a business. Like honestly, get into meta ads as soon as you can.
Yeah.
I can't, or if you like going door to door and you can talk to people and you can sell and like do that. If you can cold call and talk to people on the phone and sell, do that. Whatever it is, if you know somebody at a marina and you can get in and you can line up 50 boats, do that.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, like you got to be able to generate clients.
Most people would say you got to focus on getting the boats perfect and detailing perfect and doing this. And that's what's crazy is like we own a product company and it's like perfection is so sexy in this industry. But I actually believe very similar. Like there is a level of excellence that we should be trying to achieve 100%. But when it comes to the perfection mindset or, the boat needs to be absolutely perfect and absolutely swirl free, absolutely scratch free. One, that's not even realistic because nothing's perfect in life. And two, 99% of clients don't even really care about absolute perfection. Nope. We make more money on our buff and shine package, which is our second tier. Just go through, buff the oxidation, make sure the oxidation's gone, polish, get it as swirl free as possible. Not 100%, but 85, 90% perfect. And we wax it. Like that's it. That's what most clients are happy with. Yep. And I feel like in the detail space, so many people get stressed out about things that truly don't fully matter 100%. And, getting business is definitely good.
What do you think is something that people do put too much pressure on? And
I think exactly that, chasing that 1% of the market that wants perfection and like probably even less of them, less than half of that.
Well,
number will even pay for what that costs.
Sure.
That's true.
And there are clients. I've got 2 clients right now that they expect perfection and they pay for it, which is great. Yep. Literally 2 out of all of our clients. The only ones that I find, especially from a social media standpoint, that care about perfection are other detailers. Like literally that's the only ones. It's like you post something online and it's not absolutely perfect. It's other detailers jumping in going, put a light on it, bro. Or like, oh, you missed a spot. Or, I wouldn't do it that way. You should be running your buffer this way. A lot of them use another company, but it's like not one time have I posted something online that was maybe sub perfect, which we do pretty dang good work. So I can't even, my imperfection is probably other people's perfect, to be kind of honest, but I have not ever put something online that wasn't flawless and have a boat owner go, put a light on it, bro. It's some other detailer that's in South Florida or, in Montana that probably is jealous.
Yeah. I was going to say along those lines, I was actually going to say, this kind of towards the end, which I guess we are towards the end now, but like it actually is really cool in this industry that, Dre, you would come in here and even do this with us and share things that have really worked for you. I feel like a lot of detailers in this industry are so like
weird
and yeah, that's good. Like, and just like unnecessarily competitive. Yeah. Like I've always thought like there's enough boats, there's enough people, there's enough clients for all of us to eat. Right. Yeah. And working together to, hey, what works best? How can we make the industry better? Like you being willing to show up today. And we asked Dre before the podcast, we're like, bro, you don't have to share whatever you don't want to share. If you found some magic, you don't feel like you have to share it. And Dre was like, why? He's like, dude, there's
no match.
Yeah. He's like, I'm an open book. I'll put anything out there. I want to help people. And so I think that's super cool. Yeah. And like, guys, in the social media world too, just on that, like you have to take what people say lightly in the comments. Like seriously, like as you start to get, I know we're talking social media and you guys get thousands and thousands of comments,
millions and millions of views.
On your stuff. Like I bet a good percentage of those are, like just negative or
surprisingly positive. Yeah. But there are, there's weirdos.
Yeah. I think the cool thing about what probably draws that in is you guys have a unique style.
Yeah.
Like you guys are like entertainment, comedy
It
plus.
started off very comedic.
Yeah,
but
so I think people are like, hey, these guys are funny, right? Where and like do a good job, but like there's a lot of comedy involved. So people enjoy that style. Whereas I feel like for us, we've always been so serious that when we do something slightly wrong, people are like, you know, like all over us.
I don't, you know, we don't do anything wrong. No, I'm just kidding. But like even my negative comments, cause I mean, we get them all the time too. And they are majority positive. I think people do have this like weird thing where they think when they post something, it's going to be only people dogging on them. Cause really even this conversation, it's like, don't, you know, the negative. I would say 90% of our comments and emails and things are all positive. And it's the 10% that we typically focus on more. Like we can get 45 great reviews, but we get one bad review and we're like, what the heck? And it's like, what about the 45 amazing ones? But the point I'm trying to make is that with us, it's not ever, it's not usually like a product or a technique. It's usually like character, like defamation. I remember the other day, I was just like, I don't even look at my comments anymore. I don't even care. But there was one, this guy wrote on there, he was like, you talk too much. And I was just like, wow, that was rude.
That kind of hurt, yeah.
Like literally, it was just like, you talk too much. And I'm like, dang, all right. You know, in my older videos, I used to talk with my hands a lot. People were like, I feel like I'm shadow boxing right now, which was kind of true.
It's kind of funny.
Yeah.
I like sometimes people, like I think somebody was saying like, you should be using a DA.
Yeah.
You know? And I was like, shit, you're right.
Yeah.
And that was, you know, a while back, and now we have DAs because we couldn't afford them back then. But some of that negative stuff is kind of like they're kind of right.
Yeah.
You know? And
well, I have found in life when someone tells you something and it slightly offends you, it's usually because deep down inside there's an element of truth that you know is right. And, you know, if it doesn't offend you at all, then typically there's no element of truth. And that's you know, that's why I'm like, you know, even with my kids, you know, my 10-year-old to come and my 8-year-old daughter will go to him and be like, you know, call him a name or whatever. And he'll get so offended. And I'm like, buddy, are you that? No. I'm like, then why is it even bothering you? Like if she said the sky was yellow and you're like, no, it's not, it's blue. Like it. So I find that if a comment is being said or something is being done to you and it does kind of strike that chord in you and like slightly offends you, it's probably because there is an element of truth in there that you're not willing to work out and deal with. So not to go too deep on that one, but
it's good. That's good, man.
Yeah.
Well, I think,
or like when they're like, your product sucks, and I get angry, but I'm like, I know that it's not my product, it's you.
Yeah. Super cool, man. Well, of course, we appreciate you so much for being on. I think it's super encouraging to hear from somebody who is a couple years into business that has been through the absolute grind of making it happen, even when I'm sure there's some days where you're probably doubted it or wanted to quit, you know, like, and there was no money.
Like this morning. No,
like this morning, and there's no money, and there's, you know, you're figuring these things out and you're trailblazing, right? For yourself and your employees, you're jumping in, you're grinding. And like, you know, I think it's super encouraging to a lot of the listeners, I'm sure. You know, I hope you guys have enjoyed this episode with Dre, with Apex, and just kind of like, hey, like there is no magic answer.
Yeah.
Like if you're not doing meta ads, do them. Like whatever you can invest, do it. If you have literally $0, then get your butt out there and knock on doors. If you don't want to knock on doors, then you better make calls. Like whatever.
Or Facebook groups, free fishing and boating Facebook groups.
Yeah.
I'm a big believer in those.
Yeah. One thing, you know, it's like that I'm just kind of gathering from the whole conversation is like, I feel like you almost have to count the cost up front, right? It's like, if you want to make this happen, like you have to understand, like
any
it's
business.
Any business, it's not going to be pretty, right? There's going to be hard times. There's going to be times with money not in the account. We've talked about launching new stuff. You fail, bro. You fail up front so many times. And so just grinding it out and working hard, making it happen, do social media, start where you're at, and just grind it out, bro. So that was super encouraging. I'm sure you already are, but if you're not following Apex on TikTok, it's Apex Marine FL. It's all one word. And then on Instagram, it's Apex Marine _ unfiltered, right?
I'm not sure what they are.
Yeah.
Search
So-
Apex Marine, you'll find us.
Yeah, Apex Marine. They're going to be one of the first people that pop up. You'll love their content. It's fun. It's enjoyable. They also do really good work, and they use a pretty baller product as well.
Guys, do me a favor. Just send this to one person, just one friend. That's all I ask. If you got any value, only if we earn that share. If you share it with one person, that'd mean the world to us. Like, subscribe, comment. If you got any questions that you want us to address in future episodes, comment down below. That's where we'll pull the questions from, and we'll do our absolute best to provide y'all with some amazing content and help you guys grow in your business and life. So anyway, that's it for today. Thank you guys.
Is honestly a life changer.
Trickles down from and making yourself better.